Enter the Storm North America, the first qualifier of the second season, and we have TempoStorm going up against the regular people. TempoStorm was able to watch the last game of their opponent here, an unknown team, and they decided to go for a pretty odd composition, far away from what we usually see from teams. To the left side, we have TempoStorm without a tank and with Tacita as the solo support, a bit of Abathur support there as well, I suppose, but with a heavy push composition. Stray on Sylvanas, we have KO on Zagara, Six on Tacita, Goku on Zeratul, and Soldier on Abathur. So a pretty interesting setup here for them. We're going to talk about that, of course. To the right side of the map, the regular people with Best Feed I Am on Thrall. We have the Captain on Malfurion, Daryl on Muradin, Riven on Reyna, and Shady is playing Johanna. So TempoStorm here with a composition where they first of all, of course, have Zeratul plus Abathur, which can definitely be very annoying, but they also have a ton of push in general, because they can use Sylvanas and Zagara to really push down these lanes. It's going to be very interesting how exactly the regular people are going to react to that, because looking at their setup, they have the way more standard comp, and a very strong comp at that, but on a level of play, we have, of course, to give the advantage here to TempoStorm. They are a much more accomplished team than the regular people who are fairly new to this. We have level 1 here, the Barb Shot taken for Sylvanas, by the way. The Overload taken over the Psy Infusion for Tacita, so he wants to go all for the range. And already Goku is hard at work here, trying to take down maybe Reyna, or at least putting some pressure onto the ranged assassin on the side of the regular people. An adjustment on level 1 also from Malfurion, who went for the Scouting Drone to get a bit more vision of the 2 turning points here on Tomb of the Spider Queen in this best of 1. Reyna decided to not go for Seasoned Marksman, even though it is, of course, like a preferred talent on the map. It's one of the best Seasoned Marksman maps in the game, but Give Me More is going to be very helpful. Daryl goes down as we have Goku and Stray moving in. The first kill here for TempoStorm, and they are currently playing this with Abathur going on level 1 straight for the Envenom Nests as well, for the extra damage over the 3 seconds. With those 2 turning points being the focus points in the game, you always will have very, very nice positions here to lay down his mines. KO already down in the bot lane, trying to push that in. He's up against Shady, who with Knight Takes Pawn is going to try and counteract that. But Goku is roaming from map to map and goes straight up against Johanna. And of course, in this case, already the Iron Skin had to be used, and it's just moving away for now. But the rotations are still ongoing, and especially Zeratul is just jumping from one lane to another and trying to take them down here. We are in a best of 1 series here in the tournament. It is the second round, the round of 8 already. The move down to the bot lane where Shady goes down, taken apart by Zeratul and Zagara. Once again, I want to mention that yes, it is a very, very unorthodox composition that we're seeing for TempoStorm, but at the same time, it is still a bit of a skill. Yeah, there's a pretty big skill difference between these two teams. We've already had a game earlier on today with the regular people. They were able to take down the Australian team, the Dark Horses, in the first round, but now they're going up against TempoStorm, and of course, like with TempoStorm being one of the most accomplished teams in the North American scene, this is going to be a pretty tough battle for the regular people either way. Zeratul with an adjustment here in his build. First of all, on level 1 we see him with Regeneration Master, so he has quite a lot of self-sustain here. We only see Tacita as the support for the team, disregarding Abathur with his shield for a second. So in this case, Abathur just deciding that he wants to have a bit more regeneration, and he will be able to get a lot of globes, and then even going straight on level 4 for the Vampiric Strike kill against Thrall, and with Blink, Goku is able to escape. 6 levels for the team in blue and 4.5 on the side of the red team. The adjustments here with the talents for Team TempoStorm with Envenom Spines. We see the Leeching Plasma here, of course, for the solo support Tacita, which is actually a little bit more regular these days than it was in the past. We see him as a solo support in the North American scene as well as in Europe, and quite successfully at that. It depends a bit on the setup, and you always try to get a few more talents on the rest of your team that can actually give them sustain. For example, a Johanna would most likely go into Laws of Hope, which is also in this case the talent that we see for Johanna on the side of the red team. But at the same time, we're currently having here already in the mid lane Zagara moving around again. The creep spread is real. I mean, Jaden would be proud of the creep spread that we're currently seeing KO put out here on the map. Zeratul is going from lane to lane, still trying to just like be a menace and pushing them back. With the level 7 talents that dropping this early for the team, they're trying to add another kill to their count, but that doesn't really work out for them. We have now Endless Creep taken. KO apparently a man on a mission, trying to just make sure that they get vision over the entire map, I suppose. Zeratul with the Abathur support is still doing a whole lot of work there. And Nomi Stormbolt trying to zone a little bit. But yeah, missing the Stormbolt here, not able to lock Zeratul down, but I don't really think that they would have had the follow-up damage to take him down anyways. We're seeing follow-through now taken on level 7 to add at least a little bit more damage to Zeratul's roster. And we have now Vile Nest and Prolific Dispersal taken here. So it's actually like a pretty sick setup for Abathur. It's going to be absolutely annoying. It's going to be a pain in the bee. And that's going to be really annoying here for them. But at the same time, bot lane is still pressured. The first Web Weavers are also descending, and it is the Web Weavers for the blue team with a talent advantage for TempoStorm that they are, of course, eager to use to take down the first few structures. We already have heavy pressure in the mid lane. And I've been mentioning in the early game the pressure that they can execute with Sylvanas, with Zagara, with all of those heroes that have amazing wave clear. And then also Sylvanas, of course, with the ability to just lock down these structures. And the kill against Malfurion is definitely not helping the team either, but also a kill in this case against Stray. First kill for the regular people, but Thrall is paying with his life for this insolence. He's down as well, and up at the top team, we're of course already seeing 6 pushing this in together with Tacita. Well, KO down to the bottom of the map is still going up against Shady, but in this case I don't think he's really in too much trouble. We still see Goku doing his thing, and now that we have finally level 7 on the side of the regular people, we suddenly have level 10 ready for TempoStorm. And of course what they are currently trying to use here is just the ability to get farther ahead in this game by snowballing it a bit thanks to the talents and the control over the 2 turn-in spots, which is exactly what they're now attempting to do. Another good kill against Johanna now too. 6 kills in total against 1. They rotate Stray again down to the bot lane where he's now able to take down the towers together with Zagara, and Goku just getting one globe after another for the extra regeneration. They're having them with level 10 now also with more, with also Wailing Arrow, the Force Wall, Zeratul with the Void Prison, and of course we have the ultimate evolution for probably the double Zeratul. I mean, double Zagara can be a beast as well. Double Zeratul is super annoying too. It's a 3-level lead, and that basically puts those 2 turn-in spots solidly into the hands of TempoStorm. They have the vision thanks to Zagara and the Endless Creep talent on level 7, and they also have, of course, the presence on the map that they can now use to completely dominate this. And this is exactly what they're trying to do. We have Shad about to die again. Shady trying to get away, gets healed, and it's taken down anyways. The double Zeratul is moving in. Disengage with Void Prison. Actually, it looks like they're trying to engage. Oh my god! The Force Wall! The trap! And now the red team has to rename themselves into Team RIP, because that was definitely a great move here by TempoStorm, resulted in the deaths of several heroes here on the side of the regular people. Well done here. So, good job on the side of Team TempoStorm. They are enjoying this quite a bit. Well, it's of course a bit unfortunate for the regular people that they're going up against such a strong team as TempoStorm already in the second round here. But they had a pretty good showing in the first map where they were able to go for a very decent comeback against Team Dark Horse. Now on the other hand, TempoStorm is showcasing why they are so strong on the American server. Would definitely say that they are currently amongst the top 5 here. I mean, we have a couple of very, very solid teams in North America right now with Elevate, with the Mellow Geniuses, Cloud9, TempoStorm themselves. So this is going to be a pretty uphill battle, as you can already tell. I mean, this is a 3-level disadvantage here that we're seeing for the regular people. They're trying to turn in, and they have the gems. They are at 48, so they need 2 more, and then they will be able to get a Web Weaver wave. But we already have Boss attacked up at the top, and that's going to hit any second. And at the same time, Tacita is doing what he can to interrupt the turn-in. He's not going to be able to do that for much longer, though, but the boss has been claimed, and Soldier is currently down to the bot lane here with his Abathur. Yeah, the top lane is being pushed heavily, and while we're seeing the regular people down to the bot lane, the pro people are all up at the top trying to push, and that boss is going to have a field day. 8 minutes in, and they're going straight for the keep. They're really trying to take this down. This is absolutely, this is pretty brutal. They don't have level 10, they're trying to get it, and finally it's there. But we have level 13 also on the side of TempoStorm, with now Abathur going, Thrall even dying. Oh my god. This is getting a bit brutal. Thrall taken out here. The hammer is still there, but Six and Goku are rotating into the mid lane together with KO and Stray, meeting up again and starting to push this into mercilessly. They're really trying to pressure all of this. The boss already went through the keep up at the top lane, is already on core, but now with the level 10s available, maybe with Reyna's Raiders, with the Blessed Shield and also Sundering, we are seeing a kill on the side of the regular people. But TempoStorm is of course dominating here right now. They are moving in and trying to turn them to take the opponent down. This is basically a storm evolving into a hurricane, what we're currently witnessing here. Thrall already attempting to take down a few of those creep tumors. Zagara has the entire map under her control. There's vision everywhere, and this is looking extremely well. So, let's see. We have currently KO, Six, Ray, Goku, everybody starting to move in here. KO is already in position. Down to the bottom lane, we have Shady. And yeah, talking about the teams in general, one of the teams that of course is missing currently in the End of the Storm, people have been talking about it a bit earlier, is the Bob Ross fan club. They've been able to win the last qualifier for, not the last qualifier, the last season of the End of the Storm, and therefore they are already qualified for the playoffs of Season 2. So yeah, currently one of the strongest teams in North America, and especially after what we've seen in the last tournament where they faced Cloud9 in the finals. And I'm not going to spoil the series, but after that showing there, they could argue that they are maybe even the best team in North America, at least with Cloud9 back in China at this point. They definitely are at the moment. You can't argue that, I suppose. We have once again everybody starting to move into the mid lane as the Web Weavers have descended again for the blue team, but nearly the kill against Tacita. Not quite though. Shady already about to move away there. Yeah, they were eager to maybe get at least one kill against Tacita there, but that didn't help. It's nearly a 5-level advantage that we're currently seeing for the team here. Oops. We don't want to leave it just yet. But it's not going to last too much longer anyways, I suppose, because TempoStorm is just showcasing really why they are one of the best teams in the North American scene. They're starting to move in, they're starting to take the opponent down one after another, and there they're pushing them in again. The Web Weaver is still alive. And that could maybe be, well, the Reyna's Raiders are down. In comes Muradin. That was the smartest choice. 16 versus 11, a 5-level lead. It's the double kill against Muradin and Thrall. And Reyna, he has to pay the price too. Malfurion is trying to get away with a quick route, but this is very unlikely to work. Nope, he is dead, and this is the team kill, and therefore also game. Daryl with the smiley face. GG, well played. And this is TempoStorm moving on to the next round of the End of the Storm qualifier for Season 2. Job well done, well played, an 11-minute game here with a 4-level advantage. Great play by TempoStorm, and of course a great showing for the team here as they move on to the next round of the End of the Storm qualifier. And that is it, everybody. GG and well played. The game's over, and therefore also the video for today here on Khaldor TV. We had another great Heroes of the Storm match, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Also hope that you enjoyed the commentary, of course. So thank you very much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to Khaldor TV yet, you should definitely hit that sub button as well. If you have some friends that like Heroes of the Storm, then definitely make sure that you show them the channel and also the video. There's a lot more where that came from. We're going to have like continuous content throughout the next few weeks with more Heroes of the Storm matches played, not only on the European server, but also on the North American server, in tournaments, in leagues, and more than that. So guys, once again, thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope that you had some fun. It was a pleasure casting for you. And I'm going to see you next time with even more videos here on the channel. So have a great day and see you soon. Bye-bye.